In this video, we are seeking to answer one question and one question only. Did the Chiefs get bailed out by the refs last Thursday night in the Chiefs versus Chargers game? Specifically looking at 3 plays where interceptions or close interceptions happened and were overturned by the refs. So let's get into it. But first, how about those? What's up, guys? My name is Cole, and I do daily news about the Kansas City Chiefs, so sub if you're new, hit that like button, all that good stuff, and let's get into this video. Quick hitter, but what I want to do is, after taking all the complaints in from all the Chargers fans, I wanted to look at the 3 overturned interceptions with the coach's film and just kind of see what were the refs thinking, why were the calls made, and were they the right calls? Now, I'm not an NFL professional by any means, but we are going to look at all of these and then just say, hey, was this right? Was this wrong? To the best of our ability. And then I want to look at a bonus play at the end, and that's the interception that Jameis Winston threw in the Saints and Bucks game, where the catch was somewhat similar to the call that got ruled incomplete during the Rams and Chiefs game. So I want to look at both of those kind of side by side and, from my opinion, share why I think one was ruled a completion and one was ruled an incompletion. So from here, let's get into it. This first play is going to be the play with MVS where Mahomes does throw a pick, but it gets overturned. It was ruled as illegal contact by number 23. So if you watch this play, this angle shows a lot better than the broadcast angle did during the game. But yeah, if you look here, MVS sells like he's going to run inside, even looking at Mahomes. So he has no idea when he's running here, the angle that the corner is on, but that's the angle he's trying to run. So not only does the corner lock him up here with 2 hands, but he holds on to it for like 5 steps. And yeah, I mean, MVS is literally trying to get over there, and you can see that back angle broadcast. MVS has his hand on him a little bit here, but I do believe it was the right call. If you look at the ruling for what illegal contact is, it says beyond the 5-yard zone, if the player who receives the snap remains in the pocket with the ball, which I believe Mahomes was, a defender cannot initiate contact with the receiver who is attempting to evade him. A defender may use his hands or arms only to defend or protect himself against impending contact caused by a receiver. So I think initially the contact made there was fine. They kind of ran into each other, but homie held both of his hands on MVS and definitely impeded his route here. That's why they called it. That's why they threw the flag. I think that's okay. I mean, if they wouldn't have called that and that would have been a pick, I probably would have been fine with that as well, as it was a bit grabby on both sides. But I do believe that illegal contact was really there and initiated by 23. So there's that first play. The second play is going to be the throw, in which Mahomes throws a pick while lofting a pass up here to Mecole Hardman. And this is where Mecole Hardman's foot got hurt as well on the play. But there's 2 penalties on this play, so I want to talk about it. The first penalty, they're actually one on each team. It was offsetting. The first was holding on Orlando Brown Jr. So let's look at Orlando Brown Jr. You can see him here. I mean, clear holding right there very badly on Bosa. And he has his hands up under the shoulder pads and literally holds him there while Bosa is going like this. So clearly holding, all right? Now, the next call was pass interference on the defense. And what happens here is, as Mahomes is stepping into this throw to throw to Mecole, who did win his route. You can see right here. I mean, he won his route clearly, and if Mahomes would have been able to step into that throw properly and Mecole caught that, could have been a touchdown or at least a 40, 50-yard gain. Now, what happens is when Mahomes steps in to throw this pass, he gets hit, which causes the ball to fall short. Now, what happens is, to make up for that, you can see here Mecole Hardman actually stops and jumps for the ball. Now, because Mahomes is hit, the throw is off. Mecole, eyes on the ball, is going for the ball. He's playing ball here. So he's stopping. He's jumping in the air, trying to make a play on the ball. And 24 just keeps running, never looks at the ball, and literally dives into Mecole Hardman. Now, he wasn't expecting that to happen, so he's just trying his best here to make a play based on reading Mecole, but he did not anticipate that ball to be thrown so short because Mahomes got hit when he was throwing. This is clearly pass interference. He was not looking at the ball at all, and he hits Mecole early. So you can see here, Mecole jumps for the ball. This is a freeze frame. Mecole jumps for the ball, and he is clearly hit before the ball even touches his hands, and homie's not even looking at the ball either. Again, he wasn't expecting it, so it is what it is there, but that's a clear pass interference on defense and a clear holding on the offense by Orlando Brown Jr. So these penalties actually offset, which kind of was a blessing for the Chargers in one sense, because that would have been like a 50-yard penalty for pass interference. Now, also, if Mahomes was able to fully step into that throw, I don't think that would have been an issue, but he was never able to fully step in anyway. So that was the right call. I think the MVS call was pretty right. Now, let's look at this third play, which is the no call interception by Samuel Jr. here. So I have two angles here, just real slow. And what I want to point out is not only does the ball touch the ground, but it kind of rolls underneath him. And the counter argument to that is, well, his left hand was under the ball, and the ball only changed directions as he moved his hand up to get up and start running with it. But you can see here clearly, his left hand is not under the ball. Actually, if you freeze frame right here, the ball hits the ground clearly, and he kind of like hunkers down to get control of the ball, but his body weight not only is on the ball on the ground, but the ball then actually rolls into his hand. And you can see that pretty clearly there from both of these angles. Now, I wouldn't have been mad, I guess, if they ruled that an interception, but I think it was the right call. Just by looking at that. Now, what some people are saying is, well, look at the interception that Jameis Winston threw against the Bucs. Same exact play, but it was actually ruled an interception, therefore the refs are inconsistent. Well, the difference I see here is 35, when he makes this play, he's got both hands, both arms under the ball. And if you freeze frame here, I think the ball may possibly be touching the ground here a little bit. And I guess you could argue that that's incomplete, but I believe he has possession here. You can see when he rolls over, like bounces off the ground, neither hand moves, the arms don't move, and neither does the ball. So I think that's what they're looking at here. When he catches that ball and bounces, nothing moves at all. The ball is like glue crunched underneath both arms, where Asante Samuel Jr.'s pass, it was not nearly as clear, especially if you're looking at this side angle. You can see here the ball moves, rolls under into his hand from there. So there's the three plays where the interceptions were overturned. And then a look at the interception by the Bucs in the Bucs and Saints game. And guys, I'm not an apologist for referees, but when you hear, I mean, I've made several Chargers videos, and all you hear is complaints in the comments. There have been some rational ones, so I do want to shout those guys out, basically saying, hey, we acknowledge this was a loss. We got to play better. You know, Herbert can't be throwing a 99-yard pick six. We can't be only converting, a third of our third down conversions, or less than a third of our third down conversions. So there have been some rational fans. So I want to shout them out. I appreciate that. But I've seen a lot of people commenting saying, well, dude, you just need to look at the plays. It's clear that the refs were helping the Chiefs and the Chargers got robbed. So I was like, well, let's just look at the freaking plays then. And here was a look at the plays. Let me know in the comments below what you think about all three of these plays. You've seen them multiple times and in slow motion by this time. Feel free to watch them back again. But I pretty much agree with the calls that the refs threw. Now, if it would have went the other way, I wouldn't have thrown a fit. I don't think. I could see why some people are upset, but at the same time, I could see why the refs made the calls that they made, especially when you look at it from some of these other angles. Yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Let's fight about it down there per usual. Make sure to leave a bearded comment or super thanks to be featured in an upcoming vid. Like, sub, you know the freaking deal. And check out this video here, pew pew, which is me being a salty Chargers fan, blaming the refs on everything. And until next time, let's go. Let's freaking go. How about those?